What's up? Welcome into episode 50, 50 of Happy Medium. Happy Saturday. Hope you all have had a good week, week and a half since I last dropped an episode. When was it, like middle of last week or somewhere around there? Something like that. Probably not going to be doing too many Saturday episodes, um, but coming to you on a Saturday right now. Saturday morning, first day of the or first week, I guess, of the college football season. I was gonna film this like Thursday, and then I was gonna film this yesterday, and then time kind of got away from me a little bit. So this is when I have time this week. Yeah, coming to you on Saturday. Um, yeah, like I said, it's episode 50. Pretty big well, kind of a big milestone. I don't want to downplay it, but not put a ton of stock into it yet. I want to do more episodes, obviously, and um, make this a better product than what it is and what it hasn't so far too. So, got some stuff on the horizon coming up soon. I don't want to share everything now, but um, appreciate all the support, all the views, listens, notifications, all that stuff that I've gotten with the first 49 or 50 episodes so far. It's been it's been fun. Um, Definitely has been something I've looked forward to doing a lot with whether it's with interviews or with myself. Um, I know my consistency could definitely get better because I've had this for like what 18 months or so, I think, and I'm on episode 50 right now. So, wanted haven't exactly hit the consistent benchmarks that I've wanted to yet so far. But I know I've been getting better with that recently over the past few months or almost a year. So, yeah, like I said, I appreciate all the support so far and hope to do a lot more with it. Um, yeah. So let's cheers to 50 more good episodes or infinite more episodes, good episodes. And yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that because I know it's not really anything super substantial, at least in my opinion. So, yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna make this episode. Um, I don't have a ton to talk about today, but still want to drop an episode for the content for the week. My itinerary and kind of what I was going to talk about changed a little bit over the last couple days. There was something big that happened in the sports world and the football world. If that I want to talk about, and I figured it'd be better to talk about that than what I was going to talk about. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how long I plan to do this episode. I know sometimes I can kind of ramble, but maybe like I don't know, 20, 25 minutes. I guess we'll kind of see how long this one goes. Yeah, I actually do have an interview scheduled for next Wednesday that I'm gonna do on here with another special guest. I can't reveal who that guest is yet. You will have to wait and see until my guest and I finish the interview and I release the episode. But I know it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be entertaining. Someone that I've been wanting to have on for a minute. So yeah, I don't want to spoil that. You'll have to wait till next week. Probably I don't know when I'm gonna drop it. Like probably Thursday or somewhere around there. But yeah, let's get into it. So it is the first day of the college, or I keep saying first day. It's the first week of the college football season. Um, but I don't want to really talk about college football. If if you know me, you know where I went to college. Actually got the shirt on today. Can't see it, but well, I got my DePaul shirt on today. My school does not have a college football team, so I'm not really a college football fan. Like I admittedly don't watch a ton of college football. Like if it's a good, like a top 5 or top 10 matchup in prime time, I'll probably watch it or at least pay attention to it. But I know I'm not gonna be devouring a 11 o'clock a.m. game on ESPN or something between two teams I don't care about. That's I don't know. I've just never really been a college football person. Um, I I got like two my family, like not my um like my sides of my family, like my two sides of my family are like pretty big college football fans, but I guess in I didn't really inherit that from anyone. I got one side of my family that's big Ohio State fans, and then my other side of my family is big Notre Dame fans. So that college football national championship game last year was kind of fun to watch, or at least entertaining to watch, because I knew that one side of my family was, going to be happy, and then the other side wouldn't want to talk to me if I asked them about the game at all. So, yeah, I mean, I probably will watch the like Texas Ohio State game. I think it kicks off here soon, so I'll probably flip it on a little bit once I'm done with this. Um, but yeah, just because I know there's a ton of college football fans, I know there's a ton of college football diehards out there, but unfortunately, I'm not really one of them. College basketball, on the other hand, though, if you know me, then you know where I stand on that. But yeah, happy football season. If you know me, you know I'm a Bears fan. I think I've talked Bears on here. It's probably been a minute since I've talked Bears really a lot, but I'm gonna be start talking Bears more now that the season kicks off in what 9 days, I think, somewhere around there. On Monday, September 8th, they'll be ready to go on Monday Night Football. I'll be watching that, probably with my DJ Moore jersey or something. But yeah, it's an exciting time to be a Bears fan. What was I doing? I was just chilling after work, I think, on Thursday, just on my phone, about ready to probably take a nap or whatever. And then I go on Twitter, and then I see the Packers got Micah Parsons. Like every time as a Bears fan, you think that like hope is springing eternal, it kind of just crashes down on you. And then the Packers remind Bears and the Bears fans why they've kicked the Bears' butt for better part of 30 years. I think so. Probably since before I was even born. I'm 24. I can't say I'm happy about the trade. I can't really say I'm annoyed either. I mean, in terms of a pure, like, just schematics football trade, it's a great trade for the Packers. If you have the opportunity to acquire the best edge rusher in football at what's he, I think 26 years old, and sign him to a 4-year contract extension for $47 million annually. I mean, there's 100% chance that you should do that. So, yeah, it is kind of just annoying though. Thinking that the Packers might be on like a little bit of a downslide with the Vikings kind of not knowing if JJ McCarthy's the guy at quarterback truly yet, and the Lions losing Ben Johnson obviously, and their defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn too, maybe taking a step back, and it would allow the Bears to kind of step forward a little bit. I'm not saying that they would have been the division favorites. They shouldn't be. I don't know if the Bears are going to make the playoffs. They might, but they might not. But just seeing your biggest rival add the best edge rusher in football in his prime and extending him to one of the largest contracts in the league's history, is a little bit of a gut punch. I can't lie to you. It is. Like it does kind of feel similar to when the Bears got Khalil Mack on was I think September 1st in 2018, right before the season kicked off, and how excited I know I was and every other Bears fan was to acquire at the time arguably the best edge rusher in football and sign him to a long-term extension. That certainly does a lot for not only your fan base but for your locker room and your football team. Adding a premier, not just pass rusher but player, a guy who can sack any opposing quarterback that he wants. Really, I mean, if you've watched Micah Parsons play, he's that good. He's one of only two players in NFL history to record at least 12 sacks in his first 4 years. The other one was Reggie White, another Packer legend. So, you know, I don't want to say it's fitting that Micah Parsons is on the Packers. It's to me, it's more surprising that Micah Parsons isn't a Dallas Cowboy than just him being on the Packers in general. Like I thought Dallas would find a way to make it work with him and sign him to some sort of extension. I don't know if it would have been long term, but some sort of pretty lucrative financial extension for like 3-4 years to give probably $45 million or so to Parsons, given that he was homegrown in Dallas. He was there for, I believe he was taking the pick after the Bears took Justin Fields, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2021. So, he's a guy that started his career in Dallas. I'm sure, maybe he wanted to finish his career in Dallas, thinking that they would pay him what he wanted. But yeah, it's weird how now Dallas has traded their two, not just the Cowboys, but Dallas sports franchises in general have traded their two best players in their city, arguably in the last like 7 months, with obviously the Mavericks making the deal with Doncic and getting Anthony Davis in early February to the Lakers, and now Parsons going to the Packers. So I guess if you think it's bad to be a Chicago sports fan, not that it's bad to be a Dallas sports fan, but it could be more gut wrenching or heartbreaking to be a Dallas sports fan right now than being a Chicago fan, at least before football season starts. So, um, yeah, certainly not ideal for the Packers to get Micah Parsons, but I don't blame them considering that they're paying their quarterback $55 million or something like that this year, and they need to you know capitalize on the chance they have to win right now. So if they can get to a Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl, I don't know if that's going to happen, but with the addition of Parsons, you think that their franchise thinks that it can happen soon, right? I mean, it's not like I'm I'm admittedly not the biggest Jordan Love guy, but he's not bad. As much as I don't like the Packers, I can't be like you have to have some sort of like factual opinion and I think in terms of football. Like Jordan Love's not that bad as a quarterback. Like there's people that think that Jordan Love sucks and that just because he plays for the Packers means that he stinks at playing quarterback. He doesn't stink. He's actually pretty good. If Jordan Love was on the Bears, he would be the best quarterback the Bears have ever had, based on his stats last year, I believe. Bears still have never had a 4,000-yard passer. You hope Caleb Williams can change that this year or soon. But Jordan Love would be the best passer the Bears have ever had, technically speaking, right? So, no. If Jordan Love can, play pretty good and Parsons can kind of, I don't want to say transform, but if he can make the Packers defense like pretty good, he doesn't have to be elite, I don't think. But if he can make the Packers pass rush even better, then, and, the Packers usually have a pretty good offense. So, they can do some stuff this year. Are they going to make a NFC Championship game? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't rule that out necessarily. I mean, like I said, you don't really know what the Vikings are going to be. You don't really know what the Bears are going to be either. Like, you hope the Bears can take a step forward and make the playoffs, but we don't know for sure. Like, we think Bears fans have been saying that the last 2 years. Oh, the Bears are going to win 10 games this year, and then they win like 5 games. So, I mean, maybe the Bears can get it going soon under Johnson and Caleb Williams, but maybe it'll take a year or two before that happens. So, I feel like, you know, the the time is now for the Packers to make a push and make a splash, and they did. Now, whether or not it pays off in the long run or not, we'll see. We kind of saw how that Khalil Mack deal or tenure at least worked out for the Bears, right? They won 12 games his first year, and then kind of flamed out the next couple 3 years. Now, that wasn't necessarily his fault. He was kind of banged up, but he's not the one playing quarterback. So, just because you acquire a top, maybe five player in the league doesn't automatically, mean you're going to do amazing things, whether it's in the playoffs or the regular season or both. But, it certainly gives you a better chance than if you didn't have said player. So, you know, I think it's a good trade for the Packers as much as it pains me to admit that. But just factually speaking, in football, in logical football terms, your division rival got a top or maybe a top five, top 10 player in football, and is going to have him now for the next 4 years. So it's a pretty good move to make. If you're a Packer fan, you should be happy. You can hope that Jordan Love can continue to progress, and Packers can. They're. I feel like they they. I feel like they probably should have maybe made the playoffs even without Micah Parsons. No, I mean, I know the season hasn't started yet, so you don't know how it's going to turn out. But if the Packers didn't have Parsons on their team, I think they probably should still make the playoffs. Like, I mean, they're a pretty good team even without Parsons. But adding him, makes them it makes them a little intimidating, I think. Packers should probably be the favorites in the NFC North. I'm not saying they're going to win like 14 games or 15 games or whatever, but I feel like they're they're obviously I think better than the Bears and the Vikings are now, and I think the Lions could take a little step back this year. So, um, you know, I don't want to sit here and say I'm going to predict the Packers to win the NFC North, a week before week one of the season starts, but I think that's kind of what I have to do. So, um, yeah, not the greatest night to be a Bears fan on what was it, Thursday night. I was just chilling, went on Twitter, saw the Packers got Micah Parsons. Thought, why does Green Bay have to always remind me why I greatly dislike them? But that's why. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of all I want to talk about right now, honestly. Like I said, college football starts now. I think Ohio State and Texas is about to kick off. Once I finish recording, I will flip on the TV over my shoulder over here and watch a little bit of the game. Sox play the Yankees this weekend. They've lost the first two. I think last night they got kind of blown out. So, uh, hopefully they can make it a game today or tomorrow. Maybe win one or two games against the Yanks. Don't lose the series, but always fun to see guys like Aaron Judge come to the South Side and play the White Sox. Whether he goes over 4 or hits 3 home runs, it's always entertaining. Always draws a lot of fans out when the Sox play the Yanks. So yeah, that's gonna do it. I think. Like I said, I didn't want to keep this um too long today. But yeah, episode 50. Like I said, let's get 50 more or infinitely more good episodes after this. Gotta, like I said, also have an interview coming on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm gonna, publish it Wednesday or Thursday, whenever. Like I said, I'm hoping to get back on the video recordings for my interviews. Like I don't like I think I said this on my last episode. I don't know why when I do it by myself it's fine. Like it's fine now, but then when I have someone on and record, it's so like laggy and choppy and everything, and it's just kind of a mess on on Zoom. So I, I may have to try to figure out some stuff coming up soon. But yeah, definitely gonna have that interview out next week, whether it's audio and video or just audio. I guess I'll see what happens with that. I would hope to do video again, but sometimes internet has other ideas and plans for me. So yeah, happy Saturday. Thank you all for coming back and listening to me today. Have a nice rest of your weekend and start to your Labor Day week. Have a good holiday off. Hopefully you do. And yeah, I will. Like I said, I have my interview on Wednesday. Can't reveal my guest yet. But really looking forward to that. I know you all will really enjoy that conversation that I have with whoever I may be speaking with. Um, but yeah, be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. So take care, and I will see you or talk to you next middle of next week.